10 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada or click caribjet.com. Caribjet, True Blue St. George's. The number one for travel.
There is something new to the classic Westerhall rum look. Westerhall Estate Rum. What's your number? Drink responsibly.
The Rotary Clubs in Grenada introduce the Good Neighbor Initiative, a program designed to assist individuals and families who require short-term assistance with electricity bill payment and the cost associated with rewiring of homes due to fires and natural disasters. Applicants will be able to receive bill payments of a maximum of $250 per household for 3 months. This initiative will benefit the elderly, families with children preparing for exit exams, and families with members who are temporarily unemployed or have reduced working hours as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. If you or someone you know is in need of help, please visit our website at www.goodneighborinitiative.org and connect with a recommender today. The Good Neighbor Initiative, helping individuals and families with short-term electricity bill payments and electrical wiring, one neighbor at a time.
Larry, I love the new home. Did you remember the tips we discussed?
As a matter of fact, they were very helpful. We always follow the manufacturer's guidelines, check for damaged cords, turn off electrical equipment before cleaning, and we never overload sockets.
And we always use a licensed electrician for electrical work and a certified technician for repairs.
Good. You've learned well. A home should always be safe for you and your children. So remember to have your electrician check your wiring every 5 years and keep cords and wires out of the reach of children.
We even added circuit interrupters in the bathroom and kitchen and any place where water and electricity are close.
Remember, children, never touch electrical cords and wires and never put objects into sockets. You taught me well, Mrs. Watts.
And you've taught your children well. There are some young men in my area I'm always cautioning about climbing trees and picking fruits near the power lines.
In fact, we just trimmed this tree to prevent the branches growing into the power lines, and we called Grenlec about the tree at the back. Those branches are already touching the power lines, and it's not safe for us to remove them ourselves.
A new home, a wonderful family, and safe electricity habits, some good ingredients to make beautiful memories.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
Good evening and welcome to the evening edition of news here on MTV for Tuesday, 1st March 2022. In the headlines, Public Workers Union says its members will not be intimidated into silence. Grenada wins 10 awards in the USA Today's Reader's Choice Awards. Contract awarded for Phase 1 of the Seamoon Cultural Center. And in sports, Russia expelled from World Cup. We have the details to these and more after the break.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
With the news in detail, I am Troy Gill. The Grenada Industrial Development Corporation celebrates 37 years, and unfortunately for the 8 workers represented by the Public Workers Union, they had nothing to celebrate. A mild industrial action was held on the Industrial Park compound, while a celebration ceremony was hosted on the inside Tuesday morning. Tonia St. Louis Lawrence begins the evening's news coverage with that story.
So all around, they are just being disrespected, and we are here today on the 37th anniversary of the GIDC to demonstrate which is the most important resource, the human resource. This is what we should invest in.
President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, believes with the significant role played by its members at the GIDC, they cannot continue to operate under the 2018 salary agreement.
All efforts by the union to try and come to a fair conclusion with salary negotiations have come to naught. Hence the reason we are out here today. So, we have had a number of meetings. Like I said, they are operating on 2018 salary. Our executive is just 1 year old. So there was supposed to be a level of urgency in terms of trying to finish these negotiations.
Grimes calls the offer by the GIDC concerning salary increases an insult to the workers.
They have offered the workers at GIDC 0% for 2019. They have offered for 2020 0%. And they have offered for 2021 a whopping 0%. This is an insult to the tremendous work that these workers are doing for this country. This organization deals with youth development, foreign investment, just general small business development in this country, and you know how important that is to the overall economy of our country. It's important to the government of Grenada, I dare say, and these are the workers that have been carrying the mantle for the longest while.
The protest action will take place 1 hour daily in the first instance, and according to President Grimes, the escalation will be dependent on the response of the negotiating representative of GIDC and the institution's board of directors.
This is not going to go down lightly with the workers. They are out here taking a stand. They are not doing it because they want to do it. We have exercised tremendous and Job-like patience at the negotiating table. But our hands are forced, and what you see here will be escalated as time goes along, unless they give a respectable offer. They have witnessed their comrades, their friends, their families, their colleagues overall in the public service get 4%, 4%, 4% over that said period, and they got 0%. To add insult to injury, knowing the tremendous work that they do during the December period when the Minister of Finance spoke about bonuses and what statutory bodies ought to do and let us do things to assist our people to fight inflation, they did not receive 1 red cent.
Up until news time, efforts to get a comment from the GIDC proved futile. Reporting for MTV News, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence.
Following this morning's protest action, the union was notified by the workers that 2 members of the Royal Grenada Police Force came in to question them concerning a protest action at the institution. Tonya St. Louis Lawrence is following this development and has that story.
The Grenada Public Workers Union is not taking lightly some members of the union employed at GIDC being questioned by 2 uniformed members of the Royal Grenada Police Force following what they termed a mild 1-hour protest action Tuesday morning. While according to President Brian Grimes, the management at GIDC denies calling in the police, the union will see this as an act of intimidation of the workers.
Somebody from the police force must have seen and just came to inquire. Whichever one it is, whether it is the management that calls, or the police themselves step into workers utilizing their constitutional rights, this is a cause for grave concern in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. You not only have to face this, but face a situation where you are basically intimidated for standing up for your rights. If this continues in Grenada, we are going down a very, very slippery slope. This is a matter that all of Grenada should take a look at. Take a look at this matter very seriously, because when your neighbor's house is on fire, you have to wet yours.
Referencing the Grenada Constitution, Grimes says the workers did nothing wrong.
In the Grenada Constitution, under fundamental rights and freedoms, the first part of it says, 1B, freedom of conscience, of expression, and of assembly and association. Section 11 of the Grenada Constitution, I'd just like to read it very, very quickly. In Section 11 of the Grenada Constitution, it says, except with his own consent, no person shall be hindered in the enjoyment of his freedom of assembly and association. That is to say, his right to assemble freely and associate with other persons, and in particular, to form or belong to trade unions or other associations for the protection of his or her interests. This is in our supreme law.
The union, he says, will not be derailed from carrying out its mandate.
This action, wherever it came from, the genesis of it, whether it's from management or whether it's from the police force, arbitrarily, it has girded the loins of the workers and the union that represents them. And we have become even more emboldened and even more resolute in fighting for justice for them. This is a just matter. This is a just cause. You cannot offer 0%, 0%, and 0% to workers who are the backbone of an important organization in our country.
Grimes reiterates that the union will continue the fight for workers' rights.
The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. I want to encourage the workers at the GIDC to stay strong. Your union is strong, your union is resolute. We will not give up. We will continue to bargain for you. And we just want to put other workers that we look out for, that we negotiate for, and workers throughout the Tri-Island state to be on high alert. Because your rights are being undermined in this dispensation.
Tuesday's protest action was as a result of the Public Workers Union members at GIDC not receiving salary increases since 2019. Reporting for MTV News, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence.
Grenada cops 10 awards in the USA Today's Reader's Choice Awards. The 10 awards in 6 categories for USA Today's 10 Best Reader's Choice Awards 2022, including Best Caribbean Beach, Attraction, Beach Bar, Resort, Rum Distillery, and Restaurant. We get more from Tonya St. Louis Lawrence.
10 Best Readers' Choice Awards highlight the best of the best in contests covering categories such as destinations, food and drink, hotels, and attractions. Nominees in all categories are chosen editorially by a panel of experts, with readers encouraged to vote. Readers were enabled to vote in each category once per day. The competition started on January 17th and finished on February 14th. Winners in the respective categories are awarded a badge of recognition as the 10 best readers' choice. CEO of Grenada Tourism Authority Petra Roach was a guest on Tuesday's Rise and Shine program, speaking to these great accomplishments for the sector.
We have had so many influencers come to the island in the recent past, and that really helps to amplify our voice and our visibility in the source markets. But I think when it all boils down, it really is about the pride that the local Grenadians, kayaks and people from Petite Martinique take in their country to make sure that it is beautiful for themselves and then also by extension for anyone who comes here.
In the category of Best Caribbean Beach, Paradise Beach in Carriacou copped the award as the #1 beach in the Caribbean. Reina Mills is the Product Development Officer at the Carriacou office of the Grenada Tourism Authority.
Paradise Beach is lovely. Paradise Beach is a gem. Paradise Beach is one of the best beaches in the world. And now it is official that Paradise Beach is named the best beach in the Caribbean. So that's a big deal for us here on island. And I know during the promotions, many visitors came here because I guess they saw it going wrong and they wanted to come and see that for themselves. And even during the live on Friday, while we were hosting the ceremony and the celebration, many people in the diaspora, I saw them commenting to say, oh, I want to come and see for myself. Oh, I want to be part of this. And some of them were giving testimony of the great time that they had on the Paradise Beach and want to come back.
Roach highlights some of the initiatives undertaken by the Tourism Authority to promote the destination.
For this summer, we are going to be running promotion where anyone who books a holiday to Grenada actually will get a day pass on the Osprey to go down to Carriacou and see it. And by extension, they can then decide that they want to stay a bit longer and they can extend that. We also have started incorporating it into the various events that we're running. So you would have seen that for the recent Grenada Sailing Week, we actually didn't just stay around Grenada. We actually sailed down to Carriacou, did a around the island race there, and then came back up. So we recognize that we haven't really fully capitalized on that strong advantage that we have, which is that we got one destination, but actually 3 islands that people can participate and play in.
USA Today is a multi-platform news and information media company with a combined reach of 7 million readers daily and a leader in mobile applications with more than 21 million downloads on mobile devices. Reporting for MTV News, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence.
According to Weedan Lin, the Citizenship by Investment program plays a significant role as it relates to supporting the government in their public investments. However, they do see opportunities for the CBI program to have even more of an impact on economic growth and job creation.
We also see potential further bigger role for CBI to support growth and job creation. I'm not saying that the government should expand the CBI program, rather to think whether the CBI inflows at this level can be better used to create jobs, to attract youth to come to work.
She said the IMF is not advocating growing the size of the CBI, but more can be done to increase the overall growth of the program.
Instead of supporting a big project, CBI flow can be support some green shoots ideas related to technology, where, as you know, new ideas sometimes it's difficult to find financing. We think there's a role for CBI to play.
One of the smallest islands in the world, Carriacou has made significant improvement according to one resident on the island. However, residents are calling for more development, including another gas station, as more vehicles are now on the island.
The development of a country is a very important factor for its citizens and visitors alike. Countries are usually branded as either being developed or developing. Many qualities can indicate whether or not a country is developed and what stage of development it is in. On a visit to Carriacou, MTV spoke to some residents on the development on the island over the past years. Jonathan Stanislaus of Hillsborough, Carriacou, says the island has made significant improvement over the years.
I believe Carriacou make a good bit of improvement, as we could see it from time to time. If you go to Harveyville, you will see a lot of improvement. We have police station, we have immigration, we have hotels, we have big, what we should say, supermarket, etc. We have more buses. We have even more fishing boat, because I'm a fisherman as well. You know, I've been doing this business for over 40 years, and I could tell you it's a great help for the people and them. Remember we've been taking our lives and go out in the sea to come back to make sure the people get food to put on the table, which is important for them. But sometimes, you know, as you do know, things will always rise and fall. You can't get it as you want it.
However, Stanislaus spoke of some of the areas that can be developed on the island.
Bellevue South might not have much people, although you have a little improvement there. Then you come to Belmont. As I mentioned a while back, you come to Harveyville, which is very developed. We can't say nothing about that. And you come along the line, you get Leicester, you get Lawrencetown, you get Brunswick. But the only thing that we have, and we really need in Carriacou, is more than one gas station. Because when Carriacou had 3 cars, we had 3 gas stations, and now Carriacou have thousands of cars, and we are one. But we still have 2. We still have another one down on one of the docks, you know. So as fishermen, we get duty-free concession there, but you know. So that's all the improvement. We need an next gas station in Carriacou to be shown that, you know. We should even have 3, one in Harveyville, one in Hillsborough, and one in Windward.
This resident says there is no economic improvement on the island. However, he also pointed to areas he says the government can do to develop the tri-island.
To me, I see no development, you know, towards Carriacou. Carriacou was much better in the past, to me. How it was when the port was right in Hillsborough, right there. I mean, as a little boy, I grew up on the jetty, they go in and bathe in the sea there and all this thing. Not a boat from Grenada, like Carnival now. You couldn't see space there to pack up. First he had boat. Today, we don't have that.
MTV News, Donessa Pantru.
That's the first segment of news. More news after the break.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies flies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches, and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
No frills, just great prices, only in Courts. We don't just talk about it, we've got it. Shop with confidence and save big. Up to 50% off appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. Plus, pay with Ready Finance and get 1 month free. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is attending the 33rd intersessional meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, or CARICOM, in Belize this week. He is accompanied by Grenada's Ambassador to CARICOM, His Excellency Ali Gill, and Press Secretary Philomena Robertson. COVID-19 and its impact on the region, COP26, Prime Ministerial Subcommittee on the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, are among several major issues down to be discussed during the 2-day conference. The opening session was also addressed by Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett, who highlighted the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic in the Caribbean.
Significant obstacles still lay in our path. Much too many of our citizens remain unvaccinated. Too many of our children are still out of school. Too many of our businesses are still floundering with the resultant effect on unemployment. However, one thing we have learned over the 49 years of our existence is that we are a resilient community, bound together, particularly in times of adversity. Such is this time.
The new chairman of the community is Prime Minister John Antonio Bricino of Belize.
This 33rd intersessional meeting is a particular consequential meeting. We meet at a time when unprecedented and existential challenges coincide with our citizens' expectations for relief and prosperity. The international climate is riddled with crises, conflicts, and suffering. Every country every region is managing, they say, unprecedented challenges with, they say, inadequate sources.
Lead CARICOM head of government with responsibility for science and technology, Prime Minister Mitchell, is expected to speak at the conference on the impending reduction in roaming rates following the signing of the Declaration of St. George's last week. Meantime, addressing the gathering, outgoing Chairman Gaston Brown, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, welcomed the declaration.
The provision of affordable broadband is a public good, as vital as the provision of water or electricity, and this should remain a regional priority. Diversification and rapid economic expansion through digitalization require widespread enhancement of our information and communication technology infrastructure. Therefore, the cost of telecommunications and access to cheaper and more efficient broadband is quintessential for robust economic growth and development. These and other realities should encourage us to move more urgently with the implementation of the CARICOM single market and economy.
The two-day intersessional meeting will be followed by the 4th CARICOM CECA Summit. Minister of Finance Gregory Bowen will serve as acting Prime Minister in Dr. Mitchell's absence. Cable and Wireless Communications, the operators of Flow Business and Cable and Wireless Business, has announced a suite of new roaming plans to coincide with the Declaration of St. George's towards the reduction of intra-CARICOM roaming charges. Cable and Wireless new plans include radically reduced rates that will see Caribbean nationals paying far less for inter-regional connections than ever before. VP Cable and Wireless Communications South Caribbean is Curly Prescott.
Flow is in the business of connecting people and creating value in their lives. And from our perspective, if we are to continue on this journey to reduce roaming rates and charges, we also need our partners in government to re-examine the level of license fees and universal service contributions and duties on taxes on network equipment and infrastructure to allow us to pass on further reductions to our valuable mutual subscribers and nationals, and a relaxation in regulations, especially as it relates to the contracting market for landline telephone services across the region.
Prescott said the company's new roaming plans were simple and transparent and were developed to eliminate the shock of receiving an unexpectedly high bill.
We at Cable and Wireless are therefore pleased to share that we have taken this first transformational step to provide our valued CARICOM customers with significantly reduced roaming packages across the region, which deliver simple, consistent, and transparent rates, an overall reduction in customers' charges, and will eliminate the shock of receiving exorbitant bills. We will start to promote these in our markets in the coming weeks and months. We take this opportunity to support a call for continued dialogue among stakeholders to move this agenda forward. In particular, a forum where operators can collaborate with governments and regulators on current and future technologies, as any framework that we adopt must be future-proof for the changes associated with the industry.
The agreement between CARICOM, Cable and Wireless Communications, and Digicel was signed in St. George's last week. Minister of Works announces that a contract has been awarded for the commencement of the first phase of work on the Seamoon Cultural Center. However, although it will not be ready in time for Spice Mass 2022, it will be a beacon of culture and entertainment in the big parish. The Seamoon Cultural Center, which was destroyed by Hurricane Ivan in 2004, has been earmarked for construction, and preliminary work has already been completed, including fencing of the entire area. Minister of Works Senator Norland Cox in 2021 indicated that the project, which was projected to be a multi-purpose facility, was out for tender. However, in Tuesday's post-cabinet press briefing, he announced that the contract for the initial phase of construction has been awarded to a local company.
We are happy to announce that a contract has been awarded to Kenny's Trucking for work, to commence work on the all-important and long-awaited Seamoon Cultural Center. I just want to to signal that the parliamentary rep, she has been very committed in ensuring that we get this project up and running, and they are very excited in the St. Andrews area and happy to have that project coming back.
It was their hope that the center would have been used as a venue for the 2022 Spice Mass festivities. However, they had a few setbacks.
We were very hopeful to maybe have some cultural activities taking place there for 2022 with the view of us starting in 2021. However, we had some delays, some unforeseen delays, had to do with some redesigning, and that kind of pushed us back. So that is seemingly unlikely for us to have any carnival-like activities taking place there for 2022.
He also highlighted how the center will be used upon completion.
You would have a pavilion, a multi-story pavilion which will be constructed, and then you have a stage area that will be constructed separately. There's going to be a museum that will also house all our cultural and sporting heroes, past and current. There is going to be an area for training, dancing, theater, things like that.
Cox says the initial plans also included a swimming pool for recreational and sporting activities. However, it will not be constructed in the initial phase.
Part of the design that was included was a 25-meter swimming pool. However, that is not included in this scope of works, but for future going forward, that was built in the initial concept, that to have an area for the big parish for swimming. But we have not included that as part of this scope, but that is something that we are looking at. They are also going to have maybe office spaces, commercial spaces for persons to use for small business development as well.
Now that the contract has been awarded, the first phase of construction of the first phase will commence soon. Minister Cox confirms that the contract for the reconstruction of the Molinaire Main Road will soon be awarded and work will commence soon, which will see a return of vehicular traffic by the third quarter of 2022 since its closure over 2 years ago. During Tuesday's post-cabinet press briefing, Minister of Works, Senator Nolan Cox, provided an update on several projects across the country, including the St. John's River Flood Mitigation Project and the Molinaire Land Slippage. He began with the Mount Kumar project and the opening of a new road between Bolio and Grenville Vale, providing access to the north in response to the Molinaire land slippage.
And the project is moving smoothly. They do have some minor interruptions with rainfall. What is happening, what we found out is that there is some microcosm climatic conditions within that area. So when there are no rains anywhere else, there seem to be some rain falling within that area. However, they are moving on. Significant excavation work has been made, almost completed. For persons who traversing along the roadway in Bolio, they would see the new entrance is already been excavated. Some concrete works would have started on the drains, on the slipper drains, precast slipper drains that would have started. And so it's on stream and it is scheduled to complete by May of this year, May 2022.
The first phase of work at River Road is almost completed, Cox says. However, there's still more work to be done, and bids have gone out for the construction of the 2 bridges in that area.
80% of Sunrise construction task is completed thus far, and they are scheduled to complete it at the end of March 2022. Creative Design, who just recently commenced work on packages 1 and 2. They are doing excavation work and concrete works, and they are moving along nicely as well. We do have some outstanding work to be done within that area. That is the reconstruction or the relaying of the roadway, the River Road roadway, and also the 2 bridges, the steel bridges, and the humpback bridge. Those should be go out for tender in the the near future.
Bids have also been invited for the reconstruction of the road in Molyneux, which they will receive in the coming week, so work can commence once a suitable candidate has been selected.
That project went out for tender approximately 6 weeks ago, and tenders are to be returned on Monday the 7th. We have 13 companies expressing interest in repairing that landslip area. We are very excited about having that project completed so we can get traffic moving back within that area. The Molyneux landslip occurred separate and apart from the Western Corridor project, and so the government took a decision to act speedily to have that area repaired as quickly as possible.
Once work has been completed and the Molyneux Road has been repaired, they will continue on the Western Corridor, a project that spans from Queen's Park to the St. Mark's Secondary School. Work continues at the Range Development Six Senses Hotel project in St. David after brief protest action in February. The workers told MTV News then that they did not receive their full salaries and were calling for the matter to be addressed. Some of the workers have since returned to work, and according to the Labour Commissioner, Cyrus Griffith, in addition to the issue of salaries, other matters, including NIS benefits, were resolved.
The main issue with the Range project at the time in question was one, right? Workers had an issue with payment, that they were complaining that the employer wasn't paying them sufficiently. And the second issue was the one concerning national insurance. The NIS matter has been sorted out with NIS and the workers. NIS officially has dealt with that. And other labor matter, so to speak, that was dealt with over time with payment, etc. And that was dealt with amicably as far as I'm concerned. And the workers they struck for one day, went up and dealt with the matter, and the matter is now amicably settled, right? So there is no issue concerning the project now. It was a contractual arrangement with the employers and the employee and the contractor that has been sorted out as far as I'm concerned. The NIS issue is some deduction. Normally when you work, you have to deduct money for NIS, etc. Workman compensation, you get injury in the job and that kind of thing. But NIS dealt with that. That matter has been sorted. NIS people, they dealt with that, and that matter is concluded. No complaint concerning that. That's an NIS issue. The other issue regards to labor and the workers' compensation package for whatever hours that they work, that matter has been sorted out. And as far as I'm concerned, everybody back to work, matter closed.
Labour Minister Peter David is pleased with the outcome of the matter and explains the government's role in similar disputes.
It must be noted that it was not a problem between the developers and the workers. It's the contractors, NHI, who is the body that is actually employing the workers. The workers are not employed by Range Developments or Six Senses project. The project is being done by NHI, a contracting company, and they had the dispute with the workers. The Labour Commissioner went on to the scene immediately. It was sorted out, I think, within 24 hours. So we are happy that that has happened. And I want to commend the Labour Commissioner for his quick resolution. You know, that people have to understand. And I want to make this point. It's an important point, that we do not have the ability to make a judgment and enforce a judgment. All we do is make a recommendation. So if somebody comes to us as Ministry of Labour and says, listen, I have a problem with my employer, we can bring the parties together, we can see if we can get them to solve it between them. If not, we make a recommendation to the employer, to the employee, or to both. And at that point, it is up to them to accept our recommendation. If they do not accept our recommendation, then they can go to court.
Parliamentary Representative Oliver Joseph says the Six Senses Hotel project is expected to be completed in March 2023 and is expected to permanently employ approximately 250 Grenadians. That's the second segment of news. Regional highlights are up next.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business. For your education.
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
No frills, just great prices, only in Quartz. We don't just talk about it, we've got it. Shop with confidence and save big. Up to 50% off appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. Plus, pay with Ready Finance and get 1 month free. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
The next chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies flies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at windiescricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
January 1947 saw the dawn of a new day, the birth of the Grenada Civil Service Credit Union, later renamed the Grenada Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and more recently, Arizo. Arizo is extremely proud to be celebrating this significant milestone. But this would not have been possible without you. And this is why we are inviting you to celebrate with us as we celebrate 75 years of transforming lives. Stay tuned to our social media platforms and our local media houses to learn more of the activities and events that we have in store for you. As we celebrate this journey, we thank all our stalwarts for their valued contributions in bringing us to where we are today. We look forward to serving you for many more years. Let's celebrate 75 years of transforming lives.
Time now for this evening's regional roundup.
This is the regional roundup for today. I am Donessa Panchu. The Jamaican students studying in Ukraine are describing the horror of trying to escape the country under siege during the war. In an interview with TVJ News Center, the student also explained why they were initially hesitant to leave and also cleared up what they described as misunderstandings. Details in this report.
3 of the 24 Jamaican students now in Poland after fleeing the besieged Ukraine. Joel Tolo, Joel Thomas, and Sabrina Lewis finally agreed to speak with us after our repeated requests. They described the chaos, mayhem, and madness trying to escape the Russian onslaught that began before dawn last week.
4 a.m. I woke up to hearing just this noise sounding like a symphony. That's how the bombs just drop it, like a musical. So it was just boom, boom, boom. So at first, I got up and I was so scared. I started shaking. And then a few seconds after that, an airplane flew low over my roof. So the entire building started shaking. And in my mind, all I could say was that this is it. This is the end.
In Ukraine, where we were in Kharkiv, everything happened out of nowhere. I was asleep around 2, about to go to sleep around 2, 3 a.m. and I heard noises such as shaking. The room was shaking that I was in, and the school dorm, everyone was literally running out. People were scared, some ladies were crying, and just from that thought alone, I knew that in that moment I couldn't really do anything, because just the sound of bombs dropping literally around you in that moment, you can't even run because it's happening out of nowhere.
It was very risky because at one point we were wondering, why, if we go on that train, suppose something really happens, suppose something leak the train, because we're not gonna have nowhere to run to. We're gonna be in the middle of nowhere. How are we gonna find our way? How are we gonna communicate with our parents, you know? So eventually we decided it's either. We don't know if we stay in Ukraine, if we stay in the bunker, if it will get worse. How will we survive if we don't even have food? Like, how long will it take for us? It could happen for weeks and we wouldn't even have enough food to last. So we decided to go above ground, get the train, and then we finally got to moving.
While traveling, they were stopped by armed forces and had to walk the rest of the journey to the border.
Police have arrested 48 people at over 19 illegal carnival parties occurring over the weekend in northern Trinidad. Police told the Guardian media that officers were very busy from Friday night to the wee hours of Monday morning as they were attempted to disperse revelers who chose to congregate in their respective communities for unofficial Juve celebrations. Some of the areas in which these celebrations took place included Arima, Bagatelle and Diego Martin, totaling 19 locations. 5 people have died after Russian forces hit a TV tower in Kyiv on Tuesday. Officials say the attack took some broadcasters off air and damaged a nearby memorial to the victims of the Nazi Holocaust. Footage show a large blast and smoke billowing from the tower. Earlier, Ukraine's Defense Minister Oleksiy Reznikov warned that Russia was planning to disrupt communications and spread fake information about a Ukrainian capitulation. That's it for this evening's regional roundup. I am Donessa Panchu.
That's the MTV Evening News. More news after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
January 1947 saw the dawn of a new day, the birth of the Grenada Civil Service Credit Union, later renamed the Grenada Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and more recently, Ariza. Ariza is extremely proud to be celebrating this significant milestone. But this would not have been possible without you. And this is why we are inviting you to celebrate with us as we celebrate 75 years of transforming lives. Stay tuned to our social media platforms and our local media houses to learn more of the activities and events that we have in store for you. As we celebrate this journey, we thank all our stalwarts for their valued contributions in bringing us to where we are today. We look forward to serving you for many more years. Let's celebrate 75 years of transforming lives.
You're watching the MTV Evening News. Sporting highlights are up next.
There is something new to the classic Wester Hall rum look. Wester Hall Estate Rum. What's your number? Drink responsibly.
No frills, just great prices, only in Quartz. We don't just talk about it, we've got it. Shop with confidence and save big. Up to 50% off appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. Plus, pay with ready finance and get 1 month free. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
Spring water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Coming up in sports, Russia expelled from World Cup. That and more coming up in sports. Donella Hostin has this evening's sporting highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans.
Despite losing by 90 runs to Australia in their warm-up match on the weekend, West Indies women's captain Stephanie Taylor remains optimistic about how well her team will perform during the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup campaign. That said, she opined that she does not mind if the 2016 champions are considered underdogs this time around, saying that the team is in a good space and is focused on the task at hand, and they would not be letting anything distract them from taking the tournament one game at a time. Captain Shane Dorich expects no shortage of motivation or intensity from the CWI presidents when they clash with England in a 4-day fixture bowling off at Coolidge Cricket Ground on Tuesday. The outer-favour Test Gloveman leads a side that includes left-arm fast-bowling all-rounder Raymond Reefer, seamer Sherman Lewis, and openers Shane Mosley and Jeremy Solozano, all of whom have already featured for West Indies in tests. Climate change has been on the front burner in recent times, and there have been talks about what it will mean for all sectors of society. But not much has been said about sports and the bearing it will have on athletes. Part 1 of this 2-part story from TVJ Sports looks at the concerns of stakeholders and how it will affect the sporting landscape.
In November 2021, Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley was seen as a starring act at the United Nations Climate Change Conference as she called on world leaders to do more in the fight against climate change. Based on a study done by the World Health Organization, climate change is likely to cause 38,000 extra deaths between 2030 and 2050 due to heat stroke and exhaustion. Jamaica is already seeing warmer temperatures and a decrease in rainfall over the last 2 years. According to CEO of the Jamaica Environment Trust, Dr. Teresa Rodriguez Moody, who says there are risks at play for sports.
It might be more significant to the athlete. Obviously, if you are planning an event, it's going to have an impact in terms of if rainfall, for example, it's not so easy to plan because you may have the changes in our rainfall pattern. You know, October, we know, might be always wet. So we don't normally put things there, but what if that changes, you know, for argument's sake?
There's a lot of danger health-wise in terms of intensive exercise and high heat. So if your body's going through an intensive period of exercise, you know, an average soccer player runs between 11 to 14 kilometers in a game. So if you're running that intensively for a prolonged period of time in intense heat and in direct sunlight, if we're talking about outdoor sports, that can have really huge impacts on the health and the well-being of athletes themselves.
Dr. Moody fears that climate change is already affecting Jamaican athletes.
I understand that there are some schools, largely in the Kingston area, that have, especially in the summer months, have asked for students to carry hats when they have outdoor sporting activities, parents to bring sunscreen or to send sunscreen so that the kids can be protected. In some instances, they have used sunshades to protect the students in maybe some smaller play areas, and this is largely because of the increase in temperatures, especially during the summer months.
Russia has been expelled from the World Cup after being suspended from all international competitions until further notice, FIFA and UEFA announced in a joint statement on Monday, while European football's governing body also ended its partnership with Russian energy giant Gazprom. The men's team had been due to play in the qualifying playoffs in March for the World Cup in Qatar later this year, while its women's side had qualified for the European Championship in England to be held in July. And that's it for this evening's sports. I am Donella Hostin.
That's sports, the weather, and a recap of the headlines after the break.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
We've been down, but not out. It's been hard, but we've persevered together. We each have a role in Grenada's successful recovery, nourishing our families, guiding our children, caring for our communities, energizing our lives. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
The Tuesday evening viewers, back with your nighttime with the forecast and meteorologist Dwayne Williams. While the central and northern Caribbean islands enjoyed a lot of sunshine, here in the extreme south we saw continued cloudiness interrupting the sunshine, bringing some showers with it. Most of the clouds upper level, but we do have some lower level moisture moving into the area. That brought us the showers today, which is going to bring us some more tonight. Area of cloudiness just to the east of the islands. What we're seeing, what is much more visible, are the upper level clouds that are moving away thanks to strong upper level winds. But beneath that, lower level moisture, showers tonight and into Wednesday. Forecast for Tuesday night is for occasional showers, 80% chance of that. East northeasterly winds will blow between 8 and 18 miles per hour. The minimum will fall to around 23. The moon set this afternoon is going to rise again at 6:24 in the morning and set at 6:26 tomorrow afternoon. Showers are in the forecast for Wednesday, 70% chance of those showers. East northeasterly winds 12 to 24 miles per hour. Seas remain choppy with 6 to 8 foot waves, so exercise extreme caution if you have to venture far from port. Sunrise 6:21. The sun is going to set at 6:16. Tomorrow, max will climb to around 30 and feel like 30. Showers in Port of Spain, scattered showers in Bridgetown, and lots of sunshine in Kingston. Partly cloudy and mostly cloudy in Miami and New York respectively. London will see some more rain. At home, there is a chance of some residual showers continuing on Thursday with variable cloudy conditions on Friday, gradually decreasing into Saturday. Sunday and Monday should be fair, variable cloudy on Tuesday, and there's a greater chance of showers on Wednesday. That's it for me for Tuesday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Remember, you can join me again on Wednesday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Now to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Public Workers Union says its members will not be intimidated into silence. Grenada wins 10 awards in the USA Today's Reader's Choice Awards. Contract awarded for Phase 1 of the Simoon Cultural Center. And in sports, Russia expelled from World Cup. That's the news. Continue to follow us on cable and our Facebook page. On behalf of the news and production department, thank you for viewing. I'm Troy Gill. Good night.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw
for today, Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Josan Clark from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner, and the game balls with industry standards and in a way stamped with. This time, your tickets at hand. It's daily pick 3. It pays to play. Good luck. First number this evening is, check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 3, second number is 1, third and final number is 5. Let's recap those numbers. It was on the screen. First number is 3, the second, 1, third and final is 5. So that's 3, 1, and 5. Congratulations, all winners. Stay tuned, get your daily cash flow drop next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Daily Cash 4 evening draw for today, Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Josan Clark from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner, and the game balls with industry standards and in a way stamped with. This time, your tickets at hand. It's Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Let's find out what this evening's winning numbers will be. Good luck. First number this evening is, check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 6, second number is 0, third number up. Third number is 8, fourth and final number is also 8. Okay, let's recap those numbers. It was on the screen. Check your tickets. First number is 6, the second 0, third 8, fourth and final is 8. So that's 6, 0, 8, and 8. Congratulations, all winners.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just 1 little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Playway Evening Draw For today, Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me once again is Ms. Jocelyn Clark from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair, accountable manner, with the game balls with industry standards and in a way tampered with. Let's play where you value your dreams, so in your way. Good luck. This evening's winning play numbers. Check your tickets to the meantime. This evening's winning play number is 31. Let's recap the number 3131. 31 represents the dream symbol cockroach. Congratulations to all the winners of this evening's play draw. The Super 6 draw scheduled for today has been rescheduled for tomorrow, Wednesday. NLA is supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
I take the vaccine and I could feel a sense of freedom. I just have to continue the right COVID protocols and I'm ready for life. You telling me you're afraid of what they're putting into you? Some of all you have metal filling in all your mouth for over 30 years and nothing can change? Or you're still ugly? You worried about a vaccine that could save your life if you catch COVID? All that food with them chemicals and hormones all you eating every day. All you know what going in all your body? And you worried about a vaccine that could protect your children and your family? All you're joking, man. The amount of vaccine we take when we were children, and look at us today, 30, 40, 50 years later. And you telling me you don't want to take a vaccine to protect your friends, your community, and your country, and get life back to normal in this pandemic? Nah, man. All you're joking. Think about it, my fellow Grenadians, Carriacouans, and Petit Matnicans. Really think about it.
This message is brought to you by the Grenada COVID Crisis Group and the Grenadians United in Virginia.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Lyndon Michael Marcus Dikutu of Middle River Wharf, St. John, passed away on Thursday, January 20th, 2022, at the age of 55. He was the father of Redhead in the USA, Jonelle and Janelle Redhead in Canada, Marshall and Danielle in Grenada. Grandfather of Johanna, Jonelle Jr., and Journey Redhead in Canada. Brother of Juliet and Shirley Auguste in the USA, Leon Decoto and Ernest Cumberbatch in Grenada, and Byron Cumberbatch in Trinidad. Father-in-law of Crystal Redhead in Canada. Nephew of Cicely in Trinidad, Lloyd Cumberbatch, Norma Glean and Cess. Uncle of many including Kenneth, Leslie Ann, Alan, Alanda, Serene, Alban, Michael, Khalifa, Alwyn, Albert, Mickey, Alex, Judson, Michelle and Siobhan. Close friend of Marsha. Many other relatives and close friends including Nellie Maynard, Gloria Herrick, Damien, Samu, the boys in Loretto and the Bridge, Miss Finn, Louise Dabrio, the Cumberbatch and Decoto families, members of St. John's football team, and friends and neighbors of Wharf. The funeral of the late Lyndon Michael Marcus Decoto of Middle River Wharf, St. John, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cynthia Mitchell, also known as Miss Eslin and Cousin Eslin, of Bolio behind the school St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 16 February 2022, at the age of 88. She was the mother of Margaret Mitchell, grandmother of Garth, Glennis and Marissa, great-grandmother of 11, caregiver Haney Alexis, aunt of many including in Trinidad. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Veronica Thomas and family, the Adolphus family in Grenada and abroad, teacher Pam, the Mitchell family, the Cambridge, Moore, Edwards and Charles families, Maria in Grenada, Gillian, Joycey, Sandy, Miss Lane, Joyce and Lincoln, all in the USA, Alistair Douglas in Canada, teacher Sylvia, Cheryl Bartholomew, Rose Phillip and family, Doctors Taylor and Sonia Phillip, the staff at the ICU unit, members of Our Lady Help of Christian Catholic Community Bolio, and friends and neighbors behind the school, Snug Corner, Bolio and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Cynthia Mitchell, also known as Miss Eslin and Cousin Eslin, of Bolio behind the school St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica McLean George, near Richards, of Wharf St. John, who resided at Bonaire St. Mark, passed away on Saturday 29th January 2022 at the age of 72. She was the wife of Frank George, mother of Tekla Ann Richards, Kenton Richards, Wilton and Wilma Sam, and Corporal 397 Wilbert Sam. Adopted mother of Junior John in England, Wendell Marshall, Troy John, Chanel Thomas, and Darren Francis. Grandmother of 18 including Carlin, Kanisha, Dwight, Danielle, Thorne, Quadell, Chimpo, Shakim, Jamal, Nikwan, Zidane, Xavier, Amiel, and Wyatt. Great-grandmother of Kyrie, Giovanni, and Diaz. Sister of Carme Holder in England and Margaret Collins. Mother-in-law of Kalisha Gibbs, PC52 Lincoln Roberts, Empress Scott, Desiree Moses, and Gillian Marshall. Aunt of many, including Karen, Wendy, Jenny, Tracy, Farmo, Little Mama, and Marilyn. Grand-aunt of many, including Eric, Brittany, and Rosario. Godmother of 10, including Patricia, Anne-Marie, and Shirley Ann. Many other close relatives and friends, including Catherine Joseph, Sister Hamilton, members of Grace Communal Church, Pastor Eliza and family, Pastor McIntyre and family, Sister Langine and family, Sister Dubois, the Honorable Alvin Dabrio and Clarice Modeste Cohen, Ambassador Clarice Charles, Arthur Houston, the George and Moses family of St. David, and neighbors and friends of Bonaire, Coast Guard, Victoria, and Wharf. The funeral of the late Veronica McLean George, near Richards, of Wharf St. John, who resided at Bonaire St. Mark, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cecilia Roberts James Thomas, also known as Mother James and Miss Cecile, of Boca St. George, who resided at Beaulieu and in the USA, transitioned in the USA on Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022, at the age of 101. She will be lovingly remembered by her children Edna Roberts, Michael Puddin James, Godfrey Baggies James, Gerald Frankie James, Ann Thomas, Gemma James, and Sylvia James Mitchell. 23 grandchildren, including Rondell, Marlon and Annie James, Marilyn Cajo, Isaac James, Makeda James, Raphael and Alison Duncan, Sheldon Reed, Michael and Colin Campbell, Tanisha Seeley, Dr. Tina James Connell, Tina James Bubb, Jennifer James Dennis, Sheena James, and Nigel James. 30 grandchildren and 3 great-great-grands. Many nieces and nephews, including Dominic and Sandra Paul, Kitson and Philip Monroe, Monica Clarence, Augustine Clarence, Audrey Dufont, Michael and Bernadette John, and other nieces and nephews of those families. Many grand-nieces and nephews. Many cousins, in-laws, and grand-in-laws. Close and dear friend, Sister Veronica Lander in New York. Godson, Joseph Alexander. Other relatives and friends, including the Douglas family of Boca, the Roberts family of Beaulieu and Snug Corner, families in the United States, Canada, England, and Trinidad, Dr. Cyprian Joseph and Lady Joseph, Pastor Paula Maturin, and members of Crown Heights Gospel Church, Brooklyn, New York. The funeral service and interment of the late Cecilia Roberts James Thomas, also known as Mother James and Miss Cecile of Boca St. George, who resided at Beaulieu and in the United States of America, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Dennis Thomas, also known as Teacher Dennis and Tomo, of Black Bay St. John, passed away on Monday, 14th February 2022, at the age of 74. He was the husband of Janice Thomas, father of Patricia, Nigel and Annette in the USA, and Myrna and Mervyn in Grenada, grandfather of Samuel, Faustina, Keziah, Joseph, and Daniel, brother of Anthony, also known as Polar, Lydia, Lydon, Lordlin, Lorna, Denise, Kenwin, and Mervyn in the USA, Derek, Lenny, Lennox, also known as Tim, Karen, Keith, Donis, Edwin, Selwyn, and Donna in Grenada, uncle of many, including Mia Ketu, nephew of June Cummings in Barbados and Marie Christopher, brother-in-law of Donaldson Harbin Wellington, William Lewis, Kevin Porter, Catherine Walker and Grace Louison in the USA, Jenilyn Ketu and Floretta Paul, caregiver Annie Thomas. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends, including Kenrick McSween, Anthony Cador, Janet Louison, Jeanette Dubois, Margot Williams, Clarice Charles, Jeremy Cummings, Antoinette Charles, Kelvin Glean, Monique Thomas, the Cato family, Rachel Seeley and family, the Henry, Louison, Honoré, and Monroe families, members of the Teachers Fraternity, executive body of staff of Grenada Union of Teachers, current and past students and staff of the Concord Government School, St. John's, Vendham and Woburn RC, the Catholic Men's League, Cursilisters, Trade Union Council, Public Service Commission, members of the Concord RC Church, Father Hugh Logan, and friends and neighbors of Cotton Bailey, Concord, Marigot, Grand Roy, Black Bay, and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Dennis Thomas, also known as Teacher Dennis and Tomo, of Black Bay St. John, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Anthony Jude McQueen, also known as Drix, of La Fortune St. Patrick and London, England, passed away on Tuesday, 1st February 2022, at the age of 85. He was the husband of Joan, father of Janice and Glynis in England, stepfather of Don and Desmond in England, and Selma in Grenada. Brother of John McQueen, also known as Pallet, and Barbara Mann in Carriacou. Grandfather of Stuart, Andre, Stephen, Camilla, Adrian, Simeon, Shakira, Eula, Charlene, Novelette, Rochelle, Darius, Rio, and Ria. Great-grandfather of Kiefer, Takara, Sherelle, Sheon, Amari, Rayleigh, Azel, Rion, Melody, Kamal and Kan, Kieran, Dion and Derek. Step-great-grandfather of Fall. Father-in-law of Dennis, Valentine, Joyce, Audrey, Esther and Alistair. Brother-in-law of David, Kevin and Gabriel Andrews, Winifred and Ira in England, and Kate and the Andrews family. Other relatives and friends including Mr. and Mrs. Errol Sutherland, Kellen, Marlene, Joyce Monroe, Jean Alexander, Veronica Sylvan, Lucianne, Merlin Scott, Jean Lane, Clarice Matthew, Indira Pariag, Bernadette, Dennis Henry, Rose, Solomon, Andrea Cornwall and family, Mrs. Belfon, the Fullerton family, and friends and neighbours of Sauters, Madays, La Fortune St. Patrick, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Anthony Jude McQueen, also known as Driggs, of La Fortune St. Patrick and London, England, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Delbert Bowler of Duquesne on Friday, 4th February 2022, at the age of 84. He was the husband of Esther, father of Deborah, Kelvin and Andy, grandfather of India and Finley, brother of Angela Dialli, also known as Pearlby, and Gordon Bowler, nephew of Dennis Canning, uncle of Lorraine, Charles, Sean, Hope and Cassia Dialli, Martin, Otis, Gillian, and Andrea Dialli. Other relatives and friends including Anselm and Brenda Clouden, Eileen and Alison Ratton, Moses Bowler, Merrill Scott, Carol, Claudia and Jordan Downs, Kelly Gangadine and family, Miss Winifred Peters, the Bowler, Canning, Dialli, Mason, Downs and Clouden families, and friends and neighbours of Duquesne and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Delbert Bowler of Duquesne St. Mark will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Beatrice Alexander, also known as Claudette, of Churchill Road, Victoria St. Mark, passed away on Tuesday, 25th January 2022 in the United Kingdom, at the age of 76. She was the sister of Carlisle in the UK, Aga and Nicholas in Grenada, Collins in Trinidad, Alan and Suzanne in the USA, sister-in-law of Clarice, Erlin and Rose, niece of Wilma Charles of Nettle Point, St. Mark, aunt of many including Dr. Anne Chatetti, Aline, Michael, Junior and Chris Alexander, Asher Nicholas, all in the USA, Andres in Europe and Anika in Grenada. Cousin of many including Joyce, Dora, Dorette, Cyprian, Lydia and Merle Ferguson, Stacy and their families. Many grandnieces and nephews, other relatives and close friends including the Alexander, Charles, Darbo, Modeste and St. John families, and friends and neighbours of Churchill Road, Victoria, and in the United Kingdom. The funeral of the late Beatrice Alexander, also known as Claudette, of Churchill Road, Victoria St. Mark, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Selwyn Winsborough of Spring St. George died on Sunday, February 20th, 2022, at the age of 83. Left to celebrate his life and mourn his passing are his loving wife Marcia, sons Neil and Dexter, grandchildren Leah and Selena. He will be sorely missed by all his many friends and extended family. The funeral service and interment of the late Selwyn Winsborough of Spring St. George will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Thomas Newton, also known as Lack, of Lassager St. David, employee of Public Workers St. David, passed away on Monday, 14th February, at the age of 79. He was the husband of Winifred Newton, father of Godson Newton, Belvon Thomas, and Kathy and Julian in Canada, Kim and Kelvin Newton, adopted father of Densley Joseph, grandfather of Rhea, Samantha, Kemma, Kimon, Daniela, Dwayne, Roderick, Kellen and Kyle Newton, Ricky, Rickson, Akim, and Akisha Thomas, great-grandfather of 4 including Sherry Noel, brother of Charles, Wilbert and Joseph Newton, Abraham and Lawrence Pascal, Juanita Marcel in Trinidad, brother-in-law of Winton Thomas, father-in-law of Madeline Newton in the USA, Kenny Julian and Fitzroy Thomas, uncle of many including Natalie Greenidge, many other relatives and close friends including Pastor Benedict Newton and family, Merlin Henry and family, Merle Mack and family, the Thomas, Pascal and Creedland families of St. David, Fortune families of Croshoe, Batiste family, Mason family of Malmount, Sabrina Daniel, Mr. and Mrs. Telesford of Coles Gap, Honorable Oliver Joseph, Joy and family, members of Grand Island Spiritual Baptist Church, friends and neighbors of Lassages and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Thomas Newton, also known as Lack, of Lassages St. David, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Judith Hilda Phillip of Chantimel St. Patrick passed away on Sunday, 20th February, at the age of 89. She was the wife of George Phillip, mother of Loxley Logie, also known as Lobo, Michael Diali, also known as Duck, Anthony Tony Phillip, Ronald J. Phillip, mother-in-law of Dr. Ruth Decoto Phillip, grandmother of Cindy, Brian, Rohan, Roselle and Nathan, sister of Maureen and Chiney, aunt of 15 including McLean and Alson Andel, Jimmy, Matto, Erlene, Tessa, Sandra, Junior, Erla, Davis, Franklin, John and Bevy, sister-in-law of Emmanuel, Stephen, Garfield, Ruth, Eslyn, Antonia, Cicely, and Gillian. Caregiver, Violet. Other relatives and friends including Luther, Lionel, Roy, Gladlyn, Robert, Dorrit, Marge, Pei, Castle, Yvette, Walter, Erica, Hummelin, Akim, Esther McLean, Helena, Hezi, Cosmos, Nurse Nisha and Franslin, the Ali, Philip, Alexander, Andal, Francis, Cato and Decoto families, pastors and members of Samaritan Seventh-day Adventist Church, friends and neighbors of Chantimel, Digopis and Samaritan, and Montcraven. The funeral of the late Judith Hilda Phillip of Chantimel St. Patrick will be held privately. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Denise John, also known as AE of Frequency St. George, passed away on Saturday, 26th February, at the age of 60. The funeral arrangements of the late Denise John, also known as AE of Frequency St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Rollins Francis, also known as Tumpy, Redman, and Moneyface, of Montagne, who resided at Happy Hill St. George, passed away on Monday, 28th February, at the age of 56. The funeral arrangements of the late Rollins Francis, also known as Tumpy, Redman, and Moneyface, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Charmaine Link, née Frank, of Bogles Carriacou, who resided at the Glen, Montgay, and Lamotte St. George, passed away on Saturday, 26th February, at the age of 41. The funeral arrangements of the late Charmaine Link, née Frank, of Bogles Carriacou, who resided at the Glen, Montgay, and Lamotte St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Elizabeth Winifred Wilson, also known as Tanti of Telescope St. Andrew, passed away on Saturday, February 26th, at the age of 68. The funeral of the late Elizabeth Wilson, also known as Tanti of Telescope St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Wayne's Funeral Services.
Philomena Helena Francis, also known as Filma, of Mardi Gras St. George, passed away on Friday 25th February 2022 at the age of 60. The funeral arrangements for the late Philomena Helena Francis, also known as Filma, of Mardi Gras St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Ozra Mark of Wharf St. John passed away on Sunday 20th February 2022 at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements for the late Ozra Mark of Wharf St. John will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Veronica Joyce Andrew, also known as Teacher Carol, Auntie Carol, and Mrs. Blackswan, of Tuileries and DeBlando St. Andrew, who resided in Florida, USA, passed away on Friday 11th February 2022 at the age of 95. The funeral arrangements for the late Veronica Joyce Andrew, also known as Teacher Carol, Auntie Carol, and Mrs. Blackswan, of Tuileries and DeBlando St. Andrew, who resided in Florida, USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Carmen Arnold of St. Paul's, who resided at Mountgay St. George, passed away on Tuesday 22nd February 2022. The funeral arrangements for the late Carmen Arnold of St. Paul's, who resided at Mountgay St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Wayne Celestine, also known as Sion or Fish, of Mamacan St. Andrew, died on Wednesday 16th February 2022 at the age of 59. The funeral arrangements for the late Wayne Celestine, also known as Sion or Fish of Mamacan St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Monica Tellisford of Old Westerhall St. David passed away on Wednesday 16th February 2022 at the age of 84. The funeral arrangements for the late Monica Tellisford of Old Westerhall St. David will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Nelsia Vincent of Richmond, Granborough, and Felix Park Cottage, Crowshoe St. Andrew, passed away on Monday 14th February at the age of 87. The funeral of the late Nelsia Vincent of Richmond, Granborough, and Felix Park Cottage, Crowshoe St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Ursula Antoine Nee Sandy of Happy Hill St. George, member of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, former principal of the St. George's Anglican Senior School, also known as Heinzie, and pastor emerita of the St. George's Bible Holiness Church. She transitioned to glory on Wednesday, February 9th, 2022, at the age of 75. The funeral arrangements of the late Ursula Antoine, MBE, of Happy Hill St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Godfrey A.B. Alexander, also known as Natty, of Tempe St. George, a resident of Spice Residential Care, passed away on Sunday, January 30th, 2022, at the age of 69. The funeral arrangements for the late Godfrey A.B. Alexander, also known as Natty, of Tempe St. George, a resident of Spice Residential Care, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
14 and verse 13. Blessed is the day that died in the Lord. If your loved one died in the Lord, you have nothing to worry about. You could be confident that that one is in a better place. But what about you who are left behind to mourn? What if you had been called? Were you ready? If you are not ready, you can be ready while you're alive. The word of God says it's appointed unto man once to die, but after this is the judgment. So you can live, and after death, you're going to live forever. You would not be disintegrated into nothing. You would be living forever. So while you're alive is the time to be ready to meet the Lord. I would like to encourage you to give your life to the Lord Jesus Christ while you are still on the earth. There is no repentance after death. The time is now. The Lord Jesus Christ gave his life on the cross so that you can have life. And while you are living, is the time to make it right with the Lord. Jonah said in Jonah chapter 4 and verse 3, it is better to die than to live. So the dead should be happy if they die in the Lord. If you are not sure that you are ready, if your time comes, you can be ready. You can be ready even at this very moment. If you'd only open your heart to receive the Lord Jesus Christ and pray this simple prayer. Just say, Lord Jesus, I am sad because my loved one has gone, but I am left behind and I want to be ready when my time comes. So I'm asking you to forgive me for my sins. I'm asking you to give me eternal life. Forgive me, cleanse me from all unrighteousness, and save me so that when my time comes, I can live with you. I trust that you meant what you said. I trust that you believe the word of God. And as we end this program with you, encouraging you, strengthening you in your time of sorrow, your preparation for your time should be now. God bless you, and see you next time. Amen.
No frills, just great prices, only in Quartz. We don't just talk about it, we've got it. Shop with confidence and save big. Up to 50% off appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. Plus, pay with ready finance and get 1 month free. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
My name is Hollis Map. I perform around the world, and when I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Canadian, operating 30 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada, or click caribjet.com. CaribJet, True Blue St. George's, the number one for travel.
Less talk, more power.
Walk, yes, everything.
See the miracle.
Evidence of metastatic prostate cancer in this body.
Cancer free here. No cancer. Here's the last one. Clap your hands.